Hey, what's going on, YT? It is your girl Leah Ray, and you're tuned into The LeaRaeShow. So, I wanted to come on here and show you my holiday glasses now. I really wanted to come on here and tell you about 5 movies that you should watch tonight, y'all. Tonight. Between Christmas Eve and Christmas, you need to watch these movies. And I'm also going to give you my thoughts on these movies. I'm not going to completely ruin it for you, but I am going to be giving some details. So if you're the type of person who won't want to watch a movie after you hear some of like what it's about, then go ahead and click off this video. But without further ado, let's get started. So I'm going to start from my least favorite to my most favorite. Now, I have watched some of the ones that came out, like Best Christmas Ever with Brandy and Candy Cane Lane with Eddie Murphy, and I'm gonna tell you, go ahead and watch those, get those out of your systems. But these movies that I'm gonna talk about are going to be some that you may have not even thought about watching. All right, so number 5, Violent Night. This is actually the last one that I watched, and this is with David Harbour, excuse me. And basically what this is about is Santa Claus who does not want to be Santa Claus, number 1. Number 2, he's a drunk, okay? And he pulls up on this house right in the middle of a heist. So Santa Claus has to turn into Santa the Ninja and be everybody's behind in order to save Christmas, because these people that were trying to rob this family were about to take Santa out the game. And you know what happens if Santa's out the game? Ain't no more Christmas, you feel me? It's over. Cancel. Finito. Zero. Period. So that's what that movie was about. Now, one thing I liked about this movie is that there was a lot of blood. Okay, at first I was like, okay, it's a movie about Santa. Is it going to be giving? Because if you're going to be fighting, I want to see the blood. I want to see blood squirting from you. I want to see some moves that I've never seen before. And I felt like I got this with this movie. So go ahead and give that a shot if you're into like dark kind of Christmas movie. All right, number 4, Christmas Bells. Yes, yes, yes. I didn't really think this was going to be good because it's kind of low budget. Now this one had Raven Godwin, who played Delia, and Dominique Perry, who played Portia. Now, let me give you some honorable mentions up here. We had Janet Herbert, aka Aunt Viv, like the original Aunt Viv, okay? She was playing Whitley. That was the mother. And then you had John Amos. Yes, we're talking about the owner of McDowell's from Coming to America. Okay, Coming to America. And that was Pop Pop. Now, my favorite, okay, was, what's his name? Omar Goody. Now, that's your boy, Sweet Tea from Baby Boy, okay? I'm gonna call y'all, what do you say, sensitive, what do you say, females? Oh, yeah, I'm gonna call y'all sensitive, something like that he said. And you know what, like, that's like kind of what I have in my brain as far as it comes to him. You know what I mean? Every time I see him, I think about Baby Boy. I was really trying to see him outside of that role and see him in this role, which he was playing a love interest, and he was supposed to be, you know, fine and everything, and had that swag. And I was really trying. I was trying, but I just want to laugh every time, okay? Now your girl, what's her name? Raven? She did her thing in this movie. She had me cracking up. And Dominique wasn't bad, you know what I'm saying? But Raven was really, really funny. So this is basically about 2 girls who are older and single, and you know, their family members kind of give them the side eye because it's like, y'all getting old, like what y'all gonna do? So this fine pastor comes into the mix and they start competing for his likes, essentially. And then it's very interesting to see who they end up with at the end. So I would definitely give that a try. All right, the next one, which when I started watching this, I didn't think it was gonna be great, but it was surprisingly like the bomb.com. And this is Your Christmas or Mine. Now, these had some no-name people. I think they're like British actors and actresses that I have no clue who they are. But this was, the main character was Asa Butterfield. Yeah, Butterfield. And he played James. And then you had Cara Kirk, who played Haley. Now, the thing that I liked about this movie was that it was kind of unpredictable. Like, part of it, which I always say with Christmas movies, they are predictably charming, but this has some twists and turns in it that I didn't expect. So basically the gist of this is you have two people who've only been dating for a couple of months, but you know they're in love, and they're going there, they're like at school or college or something like that together, and they're at the train station, I think, and they're getting ready to go home for Christmas, so they both go their separate ways. And then as they get ready, or they're on their respective trains, they're like, oh my goodness, like, I should be spending the holidays with, you know, my significant other. So the girl, she's like, I should be spending it, Haley's like, I should be spending it with James, and James like, I should be spending it with Haley. So they both like deboard, if I'm not mistaken, or if they didn't even board their trains, they both like turn around and they go to the other's train and they hop on. So they didn't go through the whole hassle of going to look for somebody and all that, because they were going to the same place and they wanted to surprise each other. However, obviously when they get there, each other is nowhere to be found. But they knew how to get to, or they found out how to get to each other's houses, and then the story takes off from there. So it was very, very interesting, because you have one family who's like off the chain and really, really into Christmas, and then you have another family who, you know, they need to take the stick out. They just need to remove it and relax, and that's where the movie takes off. It was so good. I really, really enjoyed it, so I highly recommend. All right, moving on to number 2, Your Christmas or Mine Part 2. Okay, I watched these back to back, and let me tell you, the second one was just as good as the first one. Oh my gosh. So now they've been together for what, like a year, and their families, they're all meshed and everything, and they decided they're gonna go on a holiday vacation together. Well, somebody got the paperwork switched, because one family is balling and the other family is not. But when the paperwork gets strict, the family that's not balling, they go to the resort that the family who is balling booked, and then the family who is balling, they wind up, you know, spending time with farm animals and stuff like that. So once they get all of that squared away, they wind up all together in one location, and then that's where that movie goes from there. So there is going to be some drama, because you already know what time it is. They've been together for a year. Things are progressing. You know what's supposed to come next. But we just can't let it unfold like that. It gotta come with the drama, and it did come with the drama. And I just love the movie. Like I said, I watched these back to back, and I had a blast watching these. So I definitely recommend Part 2. Now, last but not least, and this was actually, I want to say, the first Christmas movie that I watched this year. And let me tell you something. I was shocked. I was floored, because I didn't even know that this was about to be a Christmas movie. I was just on the internet, on my subscription services, looking for something to watch, and this popped up, and then it pleasantly turned into something about Christmas, but it was not Christmas the way I would have ever predicted it. So this one is called Hot Girl Winter. Now, when you listen, when you see, don't even read the synopsis, okay? I'm telling you right now, you do not want to know how this movie is gonna go, because as you start watching it, it is going to blow your mind. So essentially, this is a modern take on Christmas. The thing that messes with your mind when it comes to this movie is how, like, Mr. and Mrs. Claus is doing things that you wouldn't think Mr. and Mrs. Claus would be doing. Hey, in Violent Night, Santa was drunk, okay? In Hot Girl Winter, people like to turn up. That's all I'm gonna say, okay? So it's really messing with your mind and taking your perception away from the traditional Santa Claus and kind of bringing it up to the year 2023. So highly, highly, highly recommend. Make sure if you try any of these Christmas movies that you come back on this video, hop in the comment section below and let me know how you like them. Or if you didn't like them, let me know that too. Let's talk about it. So thank you for tuning in. Happy Vlogmas, and until next time, people, peace.